Hello, everyone, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
I would have won. I was the best player in Survivor history.
Oh my God. You didn't cry like that. You're so mean. You're so mean. He didn't cry like that.
She cried.
He's talking about Liz.
I'm talking about Liz.
Oh my God, I thought you were making fun of Charlie.
No.
Oh, okay. No. Okay, yes. Oh my God.
Liz, she said it. I was like going, and then you saw the people in the jury going.
I know. Did you see how many close-ups they did of Venus's face?
I wish someone would have had a camera on her last night watching it.
I know. Oh my God.
Side eyes.
I mean, unless it's something we didn't see.
No, there wasn't, because I read through a lot of exit interviews today, and there was a lot of, hey, so what didn't we see that made Liz such a big threat? And I think maybe Jamie, you may have seen this too. I think it was an EW one, and they were like, I don't know. I have to ask her. So yeah. Sorry, I'm wearing a dress and I am stuck. I am tangled up in it. Okay, don't ask me how I did that. Anyway, okay.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So season 46 ends with a twist, with a betrayal.
Yeah,
an upset win, if you will.
Bit. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's get into this overall. We'll go quickly in order, 5, 4, 3, and then we'll talk about final tribal and the winner. We'll try to keep this organized for once.
It's up to the host.
It's up to me. All right. Anyway, I guess it's up to all of us. Anyway, so let's see.
Nope.
Final 5 challenge. Kenzie wins with an assist from Liz. What did you guys think about that?
That it was awesome.
It's Survivor. They're if someone wants,
yeah.
I mean, how many times you have someone if you're going to do that, then someone can't play an idol for you. Someone can't do this. It's part of the game.
Yes. Now there was a lot of,
as much as it's set for Maria.
Yep.
There were.
But I mean, if someone's going to make you rock, paper, scissors when you are starving to death, there's going to be repercussion at some point.
Right.
Yes. And that was fun. That was a fun as far as repercussion goes.
Yeah. I think Liz performed better helping Kenzie than she ever did in any other challenge.
You see how fast she was?
I have never seen her do a challenge as quickly as she did trying to get that board with the pegs.
Zippy.
At least she brought the board back with her, didn't forget it.
I know. She didn't try to eat it along the way.
No. Well, no.
She's allergic to holes.
Wow, you could go somewhere now. Okay, anyway, she forgot her key. Didn't she forget her key, or she forgot something when she went up to the?
Yeah, she forgot the key.
Yeah, because Jeff
had to go back down,
and Liz goes up there. I go, did she grab her key? Anyway.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was great. There were a lot of chatter of Survivor fans who remembered they wanted justice for Sophie and Albert.
Yes.
Remember when Albert?
Remember
Drop
when
your stack.
Those were the OG days. Now we're in the new era.
New era. As Jana points out, Maria still almost beat them, even teaming up on her.
Oh, but she didn't.
No, but she didn't. Chris, a legend in her own mind, Liz. Yes, she was, but she didn't. She got a nice send off. She put up a valiant attempt.
I almost got to the point. I was throwing up. I go, okay, she's not the second coming. Okay, she had a good run, but because you hear, go to Venus in her interview with Mike Bloom. One thing Venus is, she's not going to hold back. She's very
blunt and honest.
Blunt and honest, and she didn't hold Maria in high regard. And I think it showed in this finale. I mean, that she was bitter, and to not vote for Charlie, I thought was just. I mean, you can vote for however you want, but I hate people. I hate people that vote.
Yeah.
That are bitter and vote, because to me, I get it's a social game, but who was the best player? And again, I can't argue Kinsey or
we'll get to that. I do think that it was nice that Charlie got up into the confessional voting booth and was like, your mom played great. That made me get a little in the feels.
Yeah.
That
future uncle. Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
Disenfranchised.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was interesting. Like that was kind of exciting too. It was something that happened that was not ordinary.
I liked that. Something that I did like about that though is that I do like that when they were writing out the votes, we got to see them write out the votes, like every one of them. Like there was no, let's count
They've done that. Yeah. That's like their style.
I like when they do that, just as a way to be like, okay, you all know she's going. We know she's going. We're not going to try to trick you into thinking she's not going. We're just honoring her send off for being a good player. And I do like that. I wish that I could still feel really good about it, but I'm not. But you know what? Well, she played a good game. I'm not gonna ever scorn her.
That's why the second she wasn't safe, they had to take her out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so moving into what was after that, the Final Four challenge. Was there anything in between that and the Final Four?
Some panic attacks.
Oh, that's right. So we had another sequence of Ben's panic attacks, which I think Gott had a good theory last week when we were talking to him about that Ben probably takes like a mild anti-anxiety pill, and he isn't taking it right now, and it's just not helping him, keep it like,
Well, I think anytime you have anxieties, and a lot of us do, a lot of people do, and if you're not sleeping and eating right, and you're not in your normal comfort zone, which is his music. Yeah, he's a rocker. So when he's not, when you're not in that comfort zone, it's going to start. I think your whole body just starts to, especially your mind starts to freak out. So I think that's a lot of what was going on.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know.
Well,
I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express once.
Oh, did you?
You're almost a professional.
You're almost there.
I do find it interesting though that they, given what we know about the finale and how it went and how it could have gone, like it almost went, we were so close to having that tie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if that was the case, Ben would have to be the deciding decision on who won.
Ben said he would have picked Charlie.
Yes.
Actually, I'm thinking it would have been a 5-hour episode.
Well, I feel like with the storytelling of Ben having these panic attacks and the way they kind of did this montage of one after another, and was showing who was helping him, it almost lent itself to telling the story that Ben was going to be making the final decision based on his
right
people. But then it didn't happen.
Yeah. And then when Soda said at the end it could be a tie, I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to have a tie.
Yeah, which I was really excited about. That's exciting.
I know. Okay, so lots of panic attacks. We go into poor tired Ben. We go into the Final Four challenge, which is new.
I thought
it wasn't some motion.
That was great. I enjoyed it.
I did too. Yep. So it was like Plinko and puzzles.
Well, when I was first looking, I go, are they gonna have to climb up there?
I know, that was my first thought too. And Jay was the one who said it looked like Plinko. It looks like that. And I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah, I love the addition that if you miss your chance to get the ball, you don't get to just pick it up and throw it again. You have to sit and wait. This torturous,
my God, it was torture for me to watch it. I can only imagine.
Charlie's face said it all.
Yeah,
it said it all. It's like,
He knew there that he was not going to win that challenge.
And even when Liz, the super player, when she dropped the ball, it's like,
oh my God, yes. And then Kenzie, she didn't drop it as so much. She threw it over, like she overthrew it. And then she got nervous and underthrew it.
I wonder if she gave someone from production a concussion. Because sure, there's someone standing behind there. Where'd the ball go?
Yeah. No, it was.
That might have been hard to find because it's a white ball in sand. So did someone?
I was surprised she found it so quickly.
Was someone over there going, "It's right here"?
I kind of wondered that too.
We don't see that. I'm just like, I think it needs. Anyway, I think that needs to be transparent. There should have been a camera back there showing us what she was doing.
Yeah. So,
no.
Okay.
Seriously.
So this brings Ben his first immunity win of the whole season, and it's the most important one.
Yeah, and he makes a bonehead decision,
which is to get rid of Liz because apparently,
I was like going,
what? Guys, she's the best player though. She would have won.
The best. I think he just wanted an excuse to take his two friends, to be honest, and he didn't want to make her feel bad because how many times has Liz been left out?
Yep, I agree.
Maybe thinking that he wasn't going to win anyway.
Yeah, I think that he thought, I want to take my friends, and the nice thing to do is to tell her that I have to cut her because she's a threat. Because he seems like a caring person like that, honestly.
Yeah. I really loved the,
like if it was Venus, she'd be like, I'm not taking you because I don't like you.
Yeah, I don't like I like that we got the foreshadowing with Ben too, when Ben said before the challenge, like, oh man, whoever wins that, like that's a burden.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a burden.
Well, like I said, the obvious choice would have been to say, okay, Kenzie and Charlie, you guys do fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Kenzie would want his fire in her eyes. So
that's the winning move. As it turns out, that's what it takes.
The new Survivor, man, they just want to see people win fire, which I kind of agree with what Charlie and, Cassidy had said, like, I earned my spot. I don't need to put myself into fire.
Right. I agree.
I did things right on the other end. This is like the Hail Mary to get to the end. I did everything to not have to be sitting there and worry about it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't get why people put so much stock in the fire. I think that Maria's answer was just a cop out. I think it was
100%. It absolutely.
It's like she had to think of something, and
well, I'll read to you what she did say to Dalton Ross, which is very similar to what she said on RHAP2. But I'll do that when we get there, mainly because I closed the tab before and I need to pull it up while we're talking.
It's a matter of convenience, really,
in the name of transparency. But yes, we have this crazy sequence in which everyone's trying to teach themselves how to make fire.
Yes, but can we?
Yeah, go
real
ahead.
Quick,
my arms, my wrist.
Really quick,
the flint weighs 500 pounds.
Can we touch on the fact that when they went back to camp, there was 4 knives stabbed into the stump with flint blocks there? So you're telling me that all of this time where you have a tribe going 5 days without any fire, they have that many extras on the island? There's just flint blocks laying everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It put a lighter there for Liz.
Well, those ligaments.
Again, they need to change that fire challenge.
I know it's done. It's done with. Let's as Judy says, I much prefer final 2. Yeah, let's get back to the final 2
for sure.
Yeah,
yep.
I agree.
9 jurors and a final 2. I know that they want to tie, but it's not
the final 3
anymore.
never gets a vote, do they? I mean, once in a blue moon.
No.
Once in a blue moon, they'll get it'll be 6, 1, and 1.
Especially with Ben, a likable guy, but he was like, I really can't really say anything. I mean, it was a waste of time with him. It is.
But the last final 2 was Tony and Wu.
And honestly,
there been a final 2 since.
Yeah, and that was a great pick for Wu.
He had on. Yeah, and
hey, anybody but Cass.
Do you think any chance he would have had getting a single vote from somebody? I mean, he pretty much diminished it by making Liz do fire.
Yeah.
Like it's just it was
Not according to Liz.
it was like the one move he had left that he could have made.
Yeah,
What?
I mean,
Well, she's tough. She's a tough player.
Yeah.
she's a bad sport.
She's just in her own
TV.
universe. She lives
I
on
mean-
Planet
I
Applebee's.
mean,
and
when she lost the challenge, the fire challenge, and Kenzie was all excited because she's got a chance to win $1 million. So what's the big deal? You were going to win anyway. And when they went to
yes, that's
hug,
right.
she rolls her eyes. She goes,
Yes,
come
she
on,
did.
Liz. Come on.
Yes, she did.
Okay, so all right, let's talk about the sequence beforehand in which Liz admits that her joints are too big for her sockets.
Her
or something.
ligaments.
Her
It's
ligaments.
those ligaments.
And that's why she doesn't know how to make fire.
Well, I mean, what is? I've never picked up a flint. Well, I guess I have.
She drops things.
It's not very heavy.
No.
And then
Yeah. I don't know. She's
and was Jeff, come on, I'm a guy. Jeff mansplaining was mansplaining
okay.
fire.
Yes, Jeff was doing that, and the best part was didn't Liz go something like, she effing knows Jeff?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ben. No, it was Charlie. Yeah, she went after Charlie.
She said something to Charlie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yes, because Charlie he was like, stack it or something like that. Like, gotta do this, you gotta do this. And he's like, she freaking knows. Charlie.
Well, yeah, Jeff goes, and you don't want to smother the fire because we've been out here for like 30 minutes. And
he's like really regretting not giving them the right practice flint.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah. But he was definitely telling them how to do the fire. I go,
there must have been a lot more that we didn't. If we saw that much like hand wringing and self-doubt during what made it on the air in the practice, there must have been a whole lot more. I mean, Kenzie was crying at one point in the confessionals about it. So she must, and we didn't see her in tears during practice. So it must have gotten ugly to the point where, Jeff was like, all right, if 15 minutes go by, I'm just going to start telling them what to do.
Take that gasoline can behind you, pour it onto the fire.
Liz, I'm allergic to gasoline.
I'm allergic to gas. Poor Liz.
Yes. And then, but was it Q says to Tiffany, why is she choking in regards to Kenzie struggling to make fire? So,
well, she's under pressure. We saw the same thing when she was doing the Plinko. She gets a little bit wound up, but I kind of like that. I like that she's just not like killing it left and right athletically and in these challenges. I like to see someone get a little frazzled, and she did that thing, where she's like, she stopped and she acknowledged that she was kind of losing it, and then like reset.
Yeah, at that point, I thought I go, okay, is she gonna quit? But that was the best thing you can do is stop. And regroup, because what you're doing is not working, and your person you're competing against is not doing any better. So
no,
you had plenty of time to sit there and go,
yeah,
and like you're right, that was the best thing she did.
Yeah, and then look at that final three. Took out the biggest player in the game, the biggest threat.
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah,
or she was going to win.
Only way she wins is she's allowed to vote 9 times.
One time for every time she was denied food.
Yes. I'm angry. She was angry a lot on the show. Oh my God. But can we say something about Liz here?
Yes,
if she doesn't act that way, we never remember her.
No, it's so true.
We just because what did she do in this? What did she do other than lose it on the food, lose it on this one? Say she's
a millionaire.
She's a millionaire. I mean, it was her. She would be someone that would be like 4 years from now. We'd go, you remember Liz? No, I don't remember.
She did bring hoe bags into the Survivor lexicon. So there's that.
Oh my God. Yes, she did. No, Liz is gonna be like Debbie or one of those characters.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Although, didn't Debbie just get arrested? Jack, didn't you send us that link?
Yeah, she did. She was. She did. What did she do? But like I said, she became a cop and arrested herself. Like I said, so that was it. Put your hands behind your back. Are you arguing with me? I'm going to tase you.
Okay. Hashtag self-officer.
Somebody in the chat, can you please let us know? I think she like falsified data on something.
It was something like that. Yeah.
Or like Hurricane Katrina, she stole something. Because don't forget, she was like a fire chief there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And apparently a cat burglar.
A fire thief.
Hashtag. But yeah, so the fire making was I'm pissed.
Could you imagine if they had to return players and you ended up on a tribe with both of them? Like
Jeff, I know you don't like this. I'm going home.
I'm out.
Survivor weirdos versus suave.
Yes, yes. The quirky versus cool, right?
Quirky versus cool.
And
yeah, there we go.
Liz had a hand in someone winning $1 million. Not Liz. Debbie. As crazy as she was, she led the way for someone to win $1 million.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she did.
And that was also a season in which the person that didn't seem like the front runner to win won. Because wasn't it Aubrey that should have won that season, but Michelle ended up taking it?
Easily should have been Aubrey, but according to Pollard and who's the other guy?
Oh, what's that douchebag's name? Yeah. Those two hoe bags, you mean?
Yeah. Michelle was cuter. I go, okay. All right. It's your vote.
If there ever was a microcosm for real life in Survivor, there it is.
Yep, there you go.
Jackasses. What was his name? Was it Jason? Scott Pollard and Jason, right?
Well, Scott Pollard just had heart transplant, right?
Something like that. But it was Scott was the other guy's name, right?
Scott, yeah.
God, that season was so nuts. Somebody almost died. I know we talk about this all the time, but
yeah.
Oh, here it is. Janet, I hooked this up. Debbie Wanner, a 49-year-old chemist from Reading, Pennsylvania. I can't even read that with a straight face. Was arrested in 2010 and charged with 3 counts of falsifying test results from Hurricane Katrina water. Wow.
I drink this water all the time.
She brought the MRSA to the island.
It's got sewage in it. It doesn't matter.
She did. She brought the germs that got everybody sick that season.
Yep.
Anyway, okay.
Together.
It's all coming together now. It makes total sense.
Come together.
Hashtag virus monkey.
Okay, so I have a hypothetical for you. If Charlie hadn't messed up Final Four so badly, and he had won at Final Four, what do you think that scenario looks like?
Liz and Ben.
You think he takes Liz and Ben? Okay,
well,
I kind of agree.
I think he would take Liz. I think he would take Liz.
Yeah, he'd definitely take Liz.
But then, yeah, Ben, it would be up to Ben and Kenzie for fire.
Yeah, I agree. And so that him losing Final Four could have cost him the entire game.
And to go back one step to the Final Five, Charlie was the second one there. Where was he at the end?
I don't know.
I mean, he was like nowhere. I mean, they just focused on Liz, Maria, and Kenzie. The other two, Ben obviously was out of it, but Charlie was the second one up there.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even close. I mean, I was like going, where's Charlie?
Just wasn't good enough TV to show us.
I guess not.
No, that's a good point though. So, okay. Anyway, I was thinking about that. I'm like, all right. So if Charlie wins immunity at 4, he does he still face like why didn't you put yourself at fire? But then who votes for the other two?
I don't think it matters because it just boils down to Charlie not winning that challenge because it doesn't matter who he took with him. If Ben was sitting in jury, Ben was going to vote for Charlie.
Yes. Good point.
And he would have been good to go, I think.
Agreed.
But then Lindsay would have voted for. I mean, Kenzie would have
Kenzie.
voted for Charlie too, because Liz and Ben aren't getting a vote.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. He doesn't lose either way.
Yeah. I don't think there's a scenario. Yeah.
But for the record,
well, you know,
I'm
that's the way it goes.
I'm 100% okay with Kenzie winning. I mean, if someone was going to win in this, you know, by a little sliver of something, I am not mad at all that it's her. Like, not
yes.
even.
No, I think she's a great winner.
Yeah.
Like, truly, like, because they showed us enough of her. Like, she was our storyteller all season, and they showed us enough of her that it wasn't like her win came out of nowhere. So I think that when we see these scenarios of these people like the Ericas or the Michelles or even like the Gablers to an extent that just come from nowhere. And you're like, why did these? Well, I guess with Gabler, they were impressed by the fire, but like the people that just come from nowhere to win, and you're like, how did this happen? Why weren't we showing anything they did? I think they struck a good balance to show us why that Kenzie won on her social game. And they showed us the whole season why she won on her social game.
Yes. Oh yeah. And okay. I honestly, I think that Charlie was a little screwed in all of this because of what happened with Maria. However, to go with what Charlie said, that Kenzie completely deserved this win. At the very end, you have to look at one little thing, and Charlie could not have managed that jury better than he did. There was nothing that Charlie could have done managing Maria differently than he did.
Everybody even said that Charlie, and to Ben an extent, did have good performances. Like,
absolutely.
It just came down to Kenzie's answer at the end. What will you do with the money?
The one thing.
But Charlie I will
sort of, but never tell people you're going to use your money to become a lawyer. You know, like that.
Yeah, that's true. but I get it. But that's your dream. But yeah, I get it.
Touché.
I would just say to pay off student loan debt. Like I would
now as far as Kenzie's
say, I want to use this to go to school to become richer. Yes. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. More money than you.
Except the minds that Kenzie
or Q, the richest people to ever play the game, Q and Kenzie, Q and
billionaires.
Liz. Sorry, Jamie's trying to talk. And you just keep making jokes about them.
Spit it out, Jamie.
Yeah, what's taking you so long?
I know, it's this microphone. The people that change their mind based off of Kenzie's answers is one thing. Maria didn't change her mind based off of Kenzie's answers. Now, was Maria bitter towards Charlie? Yeah, I can see through it. It's fine, whatever. It's her game again to make the decisions she wants. But this is exactly like that. There's two starving people, and I'm going to make one of the starving people and one of the not starving people play paper, rock, scissors. It's the same thing. But Kenzie did have one thing where we saw time and time again, she knew whose ass to kiss.
Yes.
And it was Maria's. So Charlie worked with her. He was buddies with her, but they both took a swing at each other at the same time. And in Maria world, that's enough. That's all it took. But between that and somebody who's openly kissing your butt in front of jury right now and saying, I mean, like, if I had this money, I would ask, I would be calling you and asking you how to use this.
Well, also when they were voting Maria out, Kenzie's the one that started going, I just have so much respect for you. You're you're the best player. I said, man, she's good at this.
So I don't buy that. I don't buy that Maria's mind was changed. Maria already knew she was voting for Kenzie, but Kenzie still earned it.
Wait. Maria has said that she did switch. She had an inkling watching her at fire, but she told, now take this with a grain of salt, but she told Liz, who told Dalton Ross, and again, take it with a grain of salt because it's Liz saying it, but Maria hasn't come out and denied it either, which we have to talk about how the jurors were openly fighting. Like Q was openly fighting with Tiffany and
Yes.
Kenzie about orders of events,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Nah, dog, you're wrong. Like, what are you talking about?"
Well, I think going back to Maria.
Yeah. Sorry,
We'll go
I
to
want
the 30
to. I
sec-
want to just
we'll go
read
to
you the quote.
what Maria, I think she was still upset about not being taken on the letter thing. She
Yeah,
cried
maybe.
all day about that, and she
Yep.
was pissed. And
She
then
never cried any other time in the game.
and Charlie hinted to something that happened at Ponderosa, that there was talk or
Yes.
something like that.
Right, because he did
that
say
thing that you
he's
said.
heard 3 different answers from her. She's given him
Right.
3 different reasons. Of one was that she regretted, that she wished she would have voted for him, and then the
Then
next time it was, well, I don't regret it, and gave a different answer, and then the third time something
She just
else.
felt bad. So when you feel guilty like that, the best thing to do is talk to a therapist and not tell the person that you cost $1 million that you
Yes.
regret it, but then you're just kidding.
Yes.
Like, don't do that.
There will
get
be
it.
no
She's a good person
sympathy.
and doesn't.
Bottom
feels
line,
bad, but-
she was pissed, and she was pissed that Charlie got the best of her, that Charlie was able to convince the other people to vote for, is it Q, and not, him to go home. He outplayed her there. And she ended up eventually going home because of it. She went after him first.
And you know what? A bitter vote is still a vote. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if they're bitter or not. That's their vote. That's their power in the game they have left.
Yeah.
So you think
I don't like it, but that's just the way it is.
Question: do you think that because I was thinking about this as well, Charlie knowing that Maria was going home, do you think that if he had thrown a vote away just to say I didn't write your name down, do you think that Maria would have taken that better and maybe voted for him?
I think.
Okay, I got 2 different answers here.
I think she would.
I think at that point she was just mad she was out of the game before him. I think she thought she was the one controlling the game. He was just riding her coattails. Maybe, I don't know. Even though I think Charlie was pretty good at strategy. He was, he was making moves, the whole way. I just think she was upset. She was pissed, and she didn't have enough time to
process.
Since it's shorter too. I mean, it's been 39 days. She might have had 3 or 4 days to calm down and talk to people and say, okay, but she didn't. She was pissed about not going on the challenge with the letters, pissed about that. And then everything that went along the way, she just said, oh, screw it. I'm not giving Charlie the money. I deserved it more than Charlie. I'm going to give it to Kenzie because she's got fire in her eyes while she's building a fire.
Yes. Okay. So this is what Liz has to say. Liz said that when Maria left the game, she said, my vote is going to the person that's going to drop a bomb on me. I want to be wowed and I want to be impressed. So now I guess Liz was like, oh, well, I hope you vote for me when I get to the jury. I'm going to wow you, of course.
Because I just dropped a deuce.
I dropped a bomb, all right.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I think people say a lot of things, but
I think it's best to quote Charlie on that, and it's I'm done playing detective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the what Maria had said to Dalton Ross was where was it? When it came to that final tribal, actually starting back at the fire, when I watched Kenzie make fire, there was a look in her eyes, a fierceness in her eyes of a powerful woman who overcame something that spoke to me deeply as my core. She also said, I'm doing this for me. So, that she related to that as well. And then where is the other quote? As far as, breaking her word, she says that she did tell Charlie she would vote for him at final 3. But the thing that changed when I saw that fire, it was nothing I saw coming. It triggered me on an emotional level. It triggered me on a personal level. It went beyond the game. And so, like I said, there's a very fine line between choosing between your heart and choosing between your head. And I could have voted strategically. I could have voted with my heart. And I chose to vote with my heart for a woman who wanted to do something for herself for once.
I could see that. But I also think, you can't go by the fire. It took her forever to build the fire. The only reason,
Took everybody. Yeah.
Only reason she didn't lose is because Liz had no chance of starting the fire.
Mm-hmm.
If Liz was halfway
Liz
decent at
didn't
starting
start the fire.
so yeah, you just say, forget the fire part. Say, I respected someone who wanted to do something for her.
Yeah.
Then I would be okay.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
to me,
You bet.
and she didn't even look at Charlie. She didn't look at, like Janet is saying that Charlie had a pout face. Yeah, he was upset. I mean, he it's a
that was
that's $1 million. That's $1 million thing. I mean,
yeah,
it's
and
yes.
Owen Knight tweeted last night that the after shows happening directly from like tribal council are just brutal on the losing finalists because you don't have time to process what just happened. And like for somebody like Charlie, that's devastating. He lost by 1 vote. Because again, Ben would have broken the tie in his favor, and that vote was his closest ally. His Denise, or I guess his Malcolm, because he's Denise in this scenario. Except, Malcolm helped Denise win,
and you know what? Like, I know it's got to be to layer on top of that somebody like Maria, who's always talking about her kids and she's talking about her boys, and I'm sure there's plenty of times where the relationship that Charlie had with her almost felt like, or she may have even vocally said it, I don't know, where it's like, oh, you're like my surrogate kid, you're my island kid,
right?
And so she's always talking about her boys and how much they mean to her, and it'd be really hard, it'd be really difficult to not start putting yourself into that care bubble, right? And then when she delivers this information and she's defending herself, at no time does she look at Charlie or put her hand on his shoulder or say, I am so sorry, but I had to go with my heart or anything. She looked vindictive.
Yeah, it was a bad look.
Yeah. And Charlie, if he did feel like he was any sort of like, adopted into the gang of kids, to have someone like that, not show you some sort of maternal response would be gutting.
Plus another thing too, it's, we could say, Charlie was pouting or whatever, but it's not like he didn't deserve to win too.
Yeah.
He could have
Charlie
easily
did,
he could have easily have won this game, and we'd be saying, okay, yeah, because like you guys have said, I'm 100% Kenzie, she earned it.
Yep.
She got the vote. She won it. I didn't like how Maria voted. It's just the way how she voted. I think she was being vindictive. But Charlie, I never thought about till I read that article that you sent about the how they have to go right. No, they have to go right into the thing. There's no time to I was just close.
Of course, he's going to be upset.
In fact, it's not only the money. It's you won Survivor. You're one of 46 people that have won it, or probably less than that because 44. A couple of people won it twice. So that's another. Especially if you're a super fan, it's hard enough to get on the show, but being that close to winning, and the person that you trusted the most, voted for you because they thought Kenzie lit the fire better. You had no other reason other than that, and then that she wanted. There was nothing in the game that happened during the game, other than fire, that she awarded her the money.
It's a bit like if you find out your fiance has been cheating on you when you're at the altar, and then you have to turn around and take the wedding pictures.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, I don't have a problem with them talking to them for a few minutes in the immediate after, but like really having a reunion show 6 months, a year later is enough to let people process.
Oh, and,
costs too much money.
Yeah. It's a Survivor new era.
Plus now they go at 10:30 before they announce the winner, whatever it is. It just goes on and on and on.
I'm yawning because I'm still tired from last night because I was so damn excited about season 47 that I couldn't friggin' sleep.
And I want to say one thing about Tiffany too, who was like,
yes.
We don't want to have your rock and roll or your
no Taylor Swift.
I would have said, well, you know what? I'm gonna give any answer I want.
Yeah.
I go, nobody's telling me how to. I would have. I said,
and so did timing them 30 seconds. Was that what she gave it?
The 30-second thing it's fine, But I would have said, nope, I'm going to talk. I'm going to give any answer I want. If it has something
Yeah,
to do with
that's
rock
the
and roll,
quickest way to lose a jury vote, though.
I don't, you're not going to tell me how to vote. Especially
here.
if I was Ben, I would have done it.
I'd have been like, you don't rock.
Yeah, you don't rock. It's like, okay, what you're telling me is you don't like me.
Yeah.
That I annoy you.
Yeah. That's kind of how it sounds.
Yeah, I disagree.
Right?
I think that they just wanted to cut through the BS that they had to
No
deal with.
cutesy.
No
No
cutesy.
cutesy
They
stuff.
just wanted them to give straight answers. Like, hey,
Yeah,
tell me for real. It's like when
you're
my
in the
kids
jury.
do.
Shut up.
I know. See, I think it's when my kids.
I'm here.
do-
You're there.
Okay, it's like when my kids do baby voices. Like they talk like they're
Yes.
little,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I need you. I can't take you seriously. I just need you to speak to me in your normal voice, like big boy voices now.
But
And
then,
I feel like that was what they were kind of getting at. Like,
okay, but
I just
again,
want you to tell me.
they're adults, number one. And if she was on the other foot, I tell Tiffany, I don't want to hear you talking about this. Is that going to go over well? Nobody wants to be told.
Idea.
I'm saying nobody wants to be told how they have to give an answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have said,
I feel like
I would have said, no, I'm going to do it any way I want.
See, I agree to disagree on this. Agree to disagree.
I'm just saying. It's just,
I
thought it was like, again, you're telling me you didn't like me.
Now, but
I don't know. I think that's being too sensitive. I think that they had the power at this moment and they were setting their ground rules of how
that's fine. And I would have said, you can make any rule you want. I'm going to give any answer I want.
And then you would have lost $1 million. I would have
because Maria would have been
pissed for $1 million.
Maria would have Tiffany wasn't voting for me anyway. She was voting for Kenzie.
Tiffany did not want to hear Ben sing.
What if the final three, instead of what had Ben and Charlie in it, let's take Ben out and say it was Liz. Would it just be, we don't want to hear Taylor Swift lyrics? Or, I mean, is he the only one that's
but you know what? The two of them were known as a pair since pre-merge that did that. Like there were actually, they were talking in exit interviews today that they would, I think Ben would put Charlie on his back or vice versa. Ben would put Charlie on his back and then Charlie would run down the beach shouting Lord of the Rings quotes.
Sounds like fun.
How annoying that must be after a while.
Well, 24, what are you going to do? I'm sure everybody at one point was annoying.
Tiffany would say no Taylor Swift lyrics and no talks about poop.
Well, I'm out.
Well, Liz, let's face it, she was going to win anyway. She didn't even have to, she'd go, I don't even have to say anything. I've already won. Again, it just bothered. Again, if you want to hear that, then you want straight answers. Just say, okay, I want straight answers. And if they go off on this, then go, well, that goes against you.
Yeah.
You can say something like that, but I just thought it was rude. Again, you're telling adults how to give an answer, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
All right, we're gonna have to.
Maybe I'm old and crusty, so no,
you are old and crusty. We're gonna need to agree to disagree on that because I don't think it was nearly as big of a deal.
I think again, it's not that big a deal, but I would have said no. I'll give any answer I want.
You know, old and crusty is Applebee's #1 selling burger.
And that's my favorite because I'm not allergic to old and crusty.
All right, let's move on to something different. Was there anything else notable about anybody's? Okay. Let's talk about Q and the 6 and him arguing and Tiffany being like, "Nah, that's not."
Have jury members ever argued like that before?
Probably, but I don't think that they ever argued to the point where like it was 2 jury members, like one jury member and one finalist ganging up on the other one after he came at her. Like it was just, there was so much.
I feel like if anything to me, that was the winning move for me to Kenzie is like when she was like, no, I had to convince you it was your own idea. Like, that's it. Give her the money. She's got it.
And he did, I think.
Q has to run the show.
Yes. And I do think that he voted for her because he wanted a Yanu to win and he wanted the symmetry of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And
which
I think
is fine. He's competitive. He wants to say my team won in the end.
Because of my great coaching.
It was my great coaching. I forgot that Kenzie said that after she won Fire, that she said something very nice about how her game started at Yanu, the longest team to go without Flint ever. And so it started without Fire, and it's fitting that it would end with Fire like that.
Yeah. A jury loves
cool.
a full circle.
And that's when Liz
Yes.
said, "Go to hell."
Janet says jury has never had a Q on it before. He was a character.
Yeah, he definitely was.
Yeah, he was.
He'd probably be asked back for something.
Oh, he'll be back, I think, hands down. How many
Oh,
times did Philip
absolutely.
Shepard come back? 3, right? He played 3
Yeah.
times?
And he was a terrible player.
Yeah.
God awful.
Yeah. Like, Q's not the best player, but he sure as hell is. He's
He made
confident.
it pretty far for someone that wanted him to be voted out.
Like 40 times, yeah.
Yeah.
I do love that too, when they were talking about, like, when Charlie's like, and then I got invited in on the 6, and Maria's all like, no, I actually like got you in by reference. And then Hunter's all like, dude, like, being in the 6 is not something to mark on your resume. That was not a good thing.
That was funny, yeah.
Yes.
It's the worst
Yes.
alliance.
Yes, Maria arguing with Charlie about who got him into the 6, and he's like, I don't even think I really wanted to be on the 6, but okay. Maria didn't even know she was in the 6.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a cluster. No doubt.
Yes, it was. But all in all,
Well, Janet says Maria would have loved to take Q with her to the end, but Charlie screwed her there. Well, if Charlie didn't screw her, he would have gone home.
yeah. I mean, that's just good gameplay right there.
He didn't have a choice. He had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
so
that's what's going to happen if you have a number 1 with somebody, and then you pull in a new number 1, and they're your new favorite. Then the first number 1's going to get pissy about it, and that is just how it goes.
So, God, okay, I just had a thought and I just lost it. I'm sure it will come back.
Maybe not.
Oh, were you guys surprised about any of the jury votes? I thought that Hunter and Liz would be votes for Kenzie. I was surprised.
Well, did they have any? Who did Kenzie? I mean, she talked with everybody. I mean, they were talking about her earlier. When Tiffany and Q were saying they got to get rid of Kenzie because she's so social. And
I think that
the 6.
I think that Q took all of the oxygen out of the room and was a good cover for Tiffany as long as it lasted, and Kenzie, especially Kenzie. I think that Tiffany had the idol, and that made her the target. But I think that Q was the shield for a lot of them there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I was surprised by Q's vote. I really figured he was going to vote for Charlie. So that one surprised me.
I think that I think Kenzie's answer at the end, what would you do with the money? I think that won a lot of hearts.
Oh,
honestly.
It really did. It really did. And that fed right into Q's mantra too, like, I've got to do it for me. So,
well, also, I don't think Q respected Charlie's game. Remember, he was lecturing him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime he made a mistake, he's like, and I think, and plus he did work with Kenzie, as long as they did. So yeah, the only vote that shocked me was Maria.
That was the big one, obviously.
That was the one I was like going, wow. Because when they said, when Jeff brought it up too, I go, wow, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he just looks so devastated. I felt so bad.
I don't know that will set right, but that's just it. He did look so devastated. But I will say this, like, at the beginning of this season, Maria took a lot of crap from social media and fans on social media that calling her, a woman hater, all of this because of how she, switched over on the alliance, all this, to the point where she left social media.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Why was she a woman hater? Because
originally she had that. Yeah, originally they had the all-girl plus Charlie alliance, and she abandoned it with Charlie. So she took
it was a smart move.
And it was. And
that's where people are just, again,
it's a game, people.
Well, that, again, going back, don't tell someone what to do. She made the right move there.
Yep. And now with this, I mean, and she probably saw the writing in the sand, honestly, because she knows how the game ends up, that she was probably going to get a lot more heat on this. But it's just like, people pick a lane, you know, you want to go after her because she's a woman hater, but then she votes for a woman to win the season. Like, yeah. People
See, I don't.
It's a great
again,
show. It's fun to watch. It's fun to analyze people's social behavior, but it is a game. It is a dot in a person's timeline.
I don't like people that go after people after
No.
the game is over. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the way she voted, but
Right.
just send her a nasty tweet.
Right.
I loved that there were so many Carolyn shout outs in the after show.
Yeah. There should be at least as many Jelinski shout outs as there is.
And there was
an equal amount of Carolyn.
I stopped watching the last 15 minutes.
Okay, well, the last 15 minutes, the way that it ended was Jeff was like, okay, guys, now in honor of Jelinski, one more time, here's the preview of Survivor, and they all go 40 several.
Oh, that's funny.
And then we have the big news of,
yes,
oh my God, I'm very excited about the 47 cast.
You can't see my face, but I'm still like, I don't recognize them.
Okay, so we had our classic, like, here's a teaser, they're filming it right now. And I'm watching it by myself up here at this point, and I see John Lovett, and I'm like, holy F. And I said it so loud, Zachary runs out of his room. He's like, what? I think John Levitt's on it. And then
when you posted that, I said, why is John Levitt's going to be on? I go, we know he's a liar, right? Did that lying character years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I was married to Morgan Fairchild, but I was like going, there's no way he's going on Survivor. There's no way he could win that. And then Colleen goes, no, it's this guy. I go, I don't know.
Yeah. Super, super excited about that. I had made a joke to Jay, and I have not been this excited to watch like a nerdy guy play Survivor.
But aren't people going to know that Survivor player is going to know who he is?
They may know, or they may not. I think, I don't know, because, it's a political podcast. So they may not know, who he is. I know who he is because I saw him live back in October. So I knew what he looked like.
So if I'm on there, I'd be like, I don't know who he is.
Well, there's also an RHAP podcaster, Asia Welsh.
Oh, I thought that was the same. I thought he was an RHP pod.
No.
Oh.
He's Pod Save America.
Yes.
Okay, but I also thought he was on Rob Has a Podcast thing.
No.
See how confused I am?
Jason Concepcion was on an RHAP episode, but he did a Crooked Media podcast a few years ago, and that was kind of like a crossover, but not really a crossover because it didn't involve any. Anyway, whatever.
Right. Yep.
So then Asia, I believe that's how you pronounce it. She podcasts about what's it called? I'm blanking on it. Shoot.
A show?
Love at First Sight. The podcast that Love at First Sight is one of the ones that she does. I think she's done The Bachelor.
That's my favorite show.
I think she's done Big Brother before. So she's done a whole bunch.
She's a regular.
It's gonna be tough for her to go unnoticed under the radar if it's a lot of Survivor fans.
Yeah.
Or Love at First Sight fans.
Yes. Janet said, love it's hilarious. I hope he lasts a while. Me too.
I hope he's the first one voted out.
No, you don't. He's very entertaining.
I'm not there to be entertained.
He's gonna
you are.
He's gonna have great confessionals.
Anyway, I am super, super stoked about this. I am so excited. And he said he was not going to be on the show for a couple of weeks. Like last 2 weeks ago, he was like, I'm going to take a month off or whatever. I have to do some personal stuff. And then when he left, they joked about he was on like some Eat, Pray, Love It adventure.
It's already been filmed, right?
No, they're filming it right now. So that's why they just took like those early interviews and stuck them on there. Yeah.
Oh, because that's right. It doesn't come back till September.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Fall.
Janet, he's probably not going to be great at the physical challenges. Maybe not. We'll see.
Not everyone can be Liz.
Not everyone
Hey,
can be Liz.
and you know what? In a world where we can take all of our picks for the first one out, and he be this close to winning it.
Yep, I never.
Lovitz can maybe be a physical player.
We all had him going. Charlie going out.
Guys, we got to take a quick break, and then we got a whole bunch of emails, and then we will finish up with the tally of the votes. So, all right, let's take a break right now. Okay, we're back. You got to be here live to get it. Why it's funny that I'm laughing like that.
Jack hasn't moved a muscle.
Jack hasn't moved a muscle in a while.
I could be flipping you guys off, and you don't even know it.
You are. We already
Actually,
know.
I am.
Just admitted to it.
All right. Our first email is from last Friday. It's from Lynette. And Lynette from Phoenix. And she says, hello, guys. Huge fan. Love the podcast. Think it's a great way to change how idols are played when someone finds an idol. Oh, by the way, this email is about immunity idols. Just FYI. Okay. They cannot use it on themselves, but to protect someone else. Obviously, idols weren't doing much this season, so adding this twist could make the game more interesting. Yeah. I also felt that Maria in the Mama Bear episode showed how she's so self-centered. The way she handled the last reward challenge when she won, she had it coming for her to not be picked for the letters from home reward challenge. Then, when she didn't get her way, she threw a temper tantrum. Also love seeing her face when Q went home. She looked a bit nervous. Just my thoughts. Love the show. Can't wait for next season. By the way, Jack, love listening to you and Cindy on the Amazing Race podcast.
Oh, thank you.
So what do we think about her idea that when you get an idol, you can only use it to protect somebody else?
I like it. That puts a lot of importance on your social game.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. I like that. I would be willing to.
I still like mine where a player is an idol.
You can't. You mean you got to vote that person out?
No.
Yourself safe. I don't get it.
I mean, do you have to go find them in the woods?
I find something, and no, I have to pick someone, and that's if they get voted out, I lose my idol. I have to protect. It's almost the same thing. I have to protect that person because that's my idol, but I can't tell them.
Gotcha.
It also could be someone I'm not in an alliance with.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. I like it.
It would add a little more strategy to the game, but it is what it is.
Maybe I could hear Twitter bitching and moaning about that one already, though.
I've been talking about this for years. I know Maria and Charlie went out looking for an idol. Was there an idol put back in play?
Probably not, because nobody found it.
Yeah. I kind of feel like there wasn't. I
was kind of hoping that when Maria was sitting there, and they didn't show that maybe she found the idol,
right?
And they didn't show it, and then idol, but that would have been huge. But
yeah,
she didn't find it.
Yeah, that would have been so Ben.
Yeah. Production went. Hold on a second, Maria.
Look underneath your seat.
Open your left hand.
Yeah. Look in your hair. Okay. Our next email is from Mandy. Mandy says, well, that was a fun twist on the end of the challenge. I'm confused why they brought the plank back rather than just counting and then double checking the count. I can't wait to see Maria on season 50. You think she'll be back on 50? Really?
I think she'll be back. She was a good player.
She was a good player.
Yep.
Kenzie will probably not be back for a while, as you know, she's with child.
When she said she was 47, I'm like going, I didn't realize she was that old. Not that that's old, because I'm older than that. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get it.
She did great.
I could really see Maria coming back. You bet.
I don't know. I could see Tevin coming back before Maria because he's such a big personality.
He did not get enough. He did not get enough time in the game, and he didn't get enough time in the jury. I was really
he didn't.
A little more from him.
Me too. Okay. Sorry. Mandy continues. Second challenge was the rolling ball and waiting is not caught. Okay, so that challenge.
Yep.
Before in an early season of Survivor, Australian Survivor or Big Brother looking at you for the answer, Jamie?
There's similar setups to that. The difference is in like Australia, instead of having the plank right there would have been like a set of huge steps they had to run up to get it
Or
and come back down. But there's different versions of that, but not exactly like this. They set it up just completely unique to their own game.
Cool. Okay, she says, really thought we were getting a tie, but even if it was, Ben still would have voted for Kenzie to win. I still hate the new reunion. He would not have, she wrote this immediately following the episode, as he even said himself today, he would not have voted for Kenzie.
Would have been Charlie.
I still hate the new reunion. The players need time to process everything before responding. Charlie looks so miserable.
Yeah.
Asia is an RHAP podcaster I've listened to for the past couple seasons on Love is Blind.
Yes.
And other podcast is on next. I think she means John Lovett is on next season. Excited for season 40 several. It was so great seeing y'all last week. Can't wait to do it again.
Yay!
I was thinking about Charlie when Maria was talking. You could just see him fuming, but then he turned. I thought for a young kid, I thought he turned around and said, "Okay, he goes, millions of people are watching this. I can't look like a bad sport."
Yeah.
He turned around and said, and he was being, I think, honest. Lindsay said, "I don't think anyone's arguing today that she didn't deserve to win."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that it's been a while since we've had one where someone said, "Okay, that person did deserve to win." Like I said, either one of them could have won, but I thought he handled it pretty good, because I was like, "Oh my God, Charlie, don't freak out, don't freak out." You could see him just like going.
He did. I mean, it was very classy and mature the way he handled it, and he even said, the person that wins is the right person because the jury's the one that decides, and they say it so.
Yep. I do think that this does a really great example of showing people too, once we got Ben's exit interview, how an edit, whether they will admit to a winner's edit or not, that there is some thing that goes along with the winner's edit, because Ben said Charlie was helping him through his midnight panic attacks every bit as much as Kenzie, if not more.
Yes.
And we didn't see that. We saw her because we need to set up why she wins this.
I think it's tough for the editors because they have to obviously tell a story.
Yep.
And they get blasted when somebody wins, and you're like going, okay,
why? Yeah.
How did they win? I mean, because they're trying to hide trying to hide the best they can. Yeah. But I don't
know. Speaking of the editors, I wanted to mention one thing. The sequence before when we go to commercial, before they go to fire and everybody's practicing the flint, and it just pulls away of them walking towards tribal, and you just hear the sound of the flint going. Yes. That was cool.
That was excellent. And then there was a shot too where it's got Charlie in the background. You don't see him in the background, but it's a really close up, like tight shot on Ben, and he's sitting there and he's trying to think about who he's going to make go to fire and what good friends he's got, and all of these things that he's kind of like his dialogue is running. And then in the background, like they just play this like really foreboding music, and in the background you see Charlie like slowly stand up behind him, and then the focus pulls over to Charlie. Beautiful.
Yeah. I feel like the editors definitely got a lot of things right in general, or they did cooler things this season. I don't know if they did them right, but okay. All right. Sorry. We've got one more email from Shandy. Shandy says, well, Banu called it from the beginning. Mermaid Dragon for the win. Going into the finale, I was convinced that Charlie was going to win once Maria was out of the game, but Kenzie has been on my and many others' winner radar. Can't speak. It's getting late. As well since very early on in the game, so I can definitely see why she won. I like seasons like this where there are a few different people who could plausibly win. Yeah. I do have to say, though, I'm surprised that Maria didn't vote for Charlie. She thought he was a big enough threat to try and fail to vote him out. Yep. If Maria had voted for Charlie and Ben had to cast the tie-breaking vote, who would he voted for? Charlie. Now on to season 40 several. Guys, it's never going to get old. This joke is never going to get old.
It to be fair, it's a lot more fun to
They
say.
should have had him back. They should have had him back on 47.
I thought that they were going to drop him at the very end of the teaser last night and just hear him say, "I'm back." And then
Oh my God, that would have been amazing.
no, it's so funny, right?
Yeah, I would have been all about it. Yep.
I would have been all about that, but I'm still not unconvinced that we might not still see him. I don't know.
Going back to Kenzie, when Kenzie won the fire, I said, "Oh, she's going to win this going away." Because the way the jury was acting.
Oh, they wanted her to win. Yeah,
really
they were all
wanted her to
her.
win so bad, and I'm like going. I go, "Oh, she's going to win this." I was surprised it was as close as it was, to be honest with you. Even though, like I said, both of them deserved it, but the jury was just so openly pulling for Kenzie.
Yeah, for Liz. It's tough to be the queen of the island. It's tough to be number of them at top. It gets lonely.
You know, it'd be fun to have her and Sandra on the same team. Because Sandra would
oh my God, Sandra would eviscerate her.
You're delusional. You suck. I'm the queen. You're nothing.
It would be.
How do I spell your name again?
Yeah. Oh my God. She'd be like, "Is it L with a Z, Liz with a Z, or Liz with an S?"
Either way, you're going home, not me.
Yeah. She just write down "poop girl."
Deuce.
Deuces, yeah. Deuce. No. Okay. Shandy finishes on to season 4 to several. I can't wait to see John Lovett play. I really hope he does well.
Me either.
He is going to be a fantastic narrator and so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
You think he'll go any of the RJP events? I can't wait for next season. Oh my God, Shandy. That would be so ridiculous. And then she says, "P.S. If he wins, Colleen and I will be able to claim another picture with a Survivor winner taken before they won. Because our other one was Jam Jam."
Yep.
Racking up
Who
Survivor winners.
It was my winner's pick from the start. Yeah.
As Janet had said, that he's Lovett's smart. So unless he offends people with his humor, he might be a good strategist.
Yes. I agree. Yep.
And I was talking to Shandy about this earlier. Like, do we think that he's gonna like kind of tone down his personality, or is he gonna just be like kind of shy? Because
hopefully Tiffany's not on there. If he's funny, she's gonna say, "Oh, look, you can't be funny. I don't want funny answers."
Anyway, we will find all of that out next season. Okay, let's finish up. We got to tally the votes. We were running so long. Okay, tally the votes. Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. So as far as our preseason picks, Ben, we all had him pre-merged. Nobody gets a point for Ben. Kenzie was in Jack's final 3. He gets a point for that. So that puts you up 14. Right? 14? Wait, yeah, 14. Sorry. Numerals are hard this late at night. Let's see. And then finally, sorry, Charlie. Oh, you had her merge, Jamie. So close. And then Charlie, we all had him as first out.
Yeah, I know.
Liz, Jack had her merge. Good job, Jack. Look at you running away with this. And Maria, I had her final 3. So close.
Oh.
And you two had her merge. So Jack has 16. Jamie has 7. I have gotten 0 points from the final 5. So
I feel like I'm Kenzie and you guys are Ben.
I feel like that. Okay. And then as far as these last bit, Jamie had Charlie at 5, Kenzie at 4, Liz at 3, Ben at 2, and Maria at 5. Jamie, you get 0 points.
Shocked.
I'm sorry.
But remember, I went for the gamble because my picks were just the same as Jack's. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Jack gets a point for Maria. He does not get a point for so 1 for Maria, none for those 2. Ben second, Charlie first. So Jack, you only get 1 point for Maria. That brings you up to 17. for the
Look at you.
season. Jamie gets 10 points though, because Kenzie was her. Oh, hold on. I'll get to the end. Okay. And then I get 1 point for Maria, no points for Ben, no points for Liz, 4 points for Charlie, 5 for Kenzie. So that puts me at 10 points, correct? It does. Okay. So what does that make me? Somebody tell me. What does that make me, guys?
17,
10,
18.
12, 10.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 18. Why did I just put the 10 in front of it? That was stupid, Colleen. I told you.
I'm losing now.
Now you're losing. Oh my God. I told you, you gotta, that's what I tell every time. I always say, you gotta play for the win. You gotta go for broke, go big or go home. And the last thing.
If Maria screwed me over again.
She screwed you. But Jamie Joe gets 10 points to tie with you. I won 1 point because Kenzie. Oh my God. Well, this is a plot twist I did not see coming. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. And you're still frozen, so I can't even see what face you're making at me right now.
I'm making the biggest Liz face you've ever seen. And not when I'm pooping.
Hey guys, it turns out Jack, when he put his name as bitter underneath his thing,
I'm bitter.
He predicted it.
Maria screwed Charlie over, and she screwed me over.
Yep.
It's one to remember.
Oh wait, hold on. That's me. I don't want that. I'm trying to make Jack big. Wow, go me. Cool.
Good job.
Well, there's a fun game, guys. We should play again next year.
You know what? You know what sucks. You know what sucks. I controlled this game throughout. I'm getting points every single week. And
Yours,
because Maria,
Charlie.
and because Maria was mad because Charlie pissed in her cornflakes, I lose.
You're really more of the Charlie in this situation than
I think I'm gonna go find. I think I'm gonna find Maria on Twitter and say I'm not happy with you right now.
The best part is you tied with Jamie,
who sucked
who
all
was
year.
sucking the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game sucks.
Oh my God. Bitter Jack needs a Charlie hug.
Well, he wouldn't be my first. He wouldn't be my first choice. Hey, did we like that? We like that commercial from the winner of last year. What's her name?
Dee. She did the A Quiet Place commercial. That was so random.
It was weird.
It was really out of nowhere.
Yeah,
the guy she used last year was behind her going, please, please.
Austin.
I gave $1 million for you, please.
Yeah, it was weird, but I mean, she did a great job. She did great.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, thank you for joining us on this journey. We'll see you next season, because even if we weren't going to do it next season, now we have to do it.
Now we have to.
No, I'm out because I'm pissed.
I'm pissed.
I'm gonna go make an illegal water tainted thing.
Go eat some Applebee's and win and roll around in your $1 million because you're a millionaire anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
All right. Yes, as Janet said, on to the next one. Thanks to everybody, though. We appreciate it. It was a very uneven season, but it finished strong, and that's what's important.
I thought it was great. The first 3 episodes aside,
so much crying.
I thought it was great.
So much crying.
Once they got rid of Pouty Boy,
Banu.
Yep.
Banu.
Then they
who I thought I was gonna love, but he just. Ugh.
Yeah. No, he can't win them all.
He does have a pretty amazing.
I see what you did there, Colleen. You can't win them all. Ha, 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 ha.
Woo! All right. On that note, everyone, thank you for listening for real. Thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level. Eckhart Rickner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Thanks, guys, so much. Thank you to everybody that writes in and hangs out on the chats and listens in general. We appreciate it.
I don't.
This is my Oscar-winning speech. This is my award-winning speech right here. Thanks, guys. I just really wanted to do something for myself, and I did.
And I did.
I was going to give my win to charity.
Oh my God, that was so funny where he was like, yeah, and I guess maybe give it to a nonprofit, I guess. But first law school. All right. All right, guys, seriously, for real. We will see you next season. We'll see you in the fall. On that note, my name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
I think Jack's gone. Well, peace
I'm
out,
here.
everybody.
I'm just bitter. I'm not talking.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Why?